guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So we're here for another one of our mass making sessions and we are doing the reruns. So if you've kind of joined me previously, then this is a rerun of week number 8. So we are now week 108. So, you know, that's how kind of many that we've done. And we are doing today these little pocket paper clips. So this is basically how it's going to look. If you want to join in, what you're going to need is scissors, some book page, or just, you know, scrap paper of any kind. This is just to kind of secure your paperclip inside. A bunch of different papers. Now I've got different thicknesses here. This is quite thin. I would recommend slightly thicker paper really, because these are going to be pockets. You might be able to get away with slightly thinner paper. This was scrapbooking paper, so it's not like really thin. I wouldn't personally use copy paper thickness. This is like, you know, the thinner scrapbook paper that you get, which is kind of the thinnest scrapbook paper that you get, if you see what I mean. So it's quite considerably thicker than copy paper, but it's not kind of thick like this one, which is also scrapbook paper, but much thicker. So yeah, you're going to need a variety of papers in reasonable thickness. You're going to need obviously some paper clips and some glue, and then some things to decorate your paper clips up with. If you want to do that, you may want to leave them blank. I quite like to leave my things blank until I actually come to use them. Oh, sorry, I've just knocked the camera. Until I actually come to use them. So completely up to you how you do it. So let's get started. So I'm going to take this one. This was some of that paper that I just kind of you know, played around with my inks and things. I think this might have been my jelly plate. I actually can't remember now. But this is ideal because, of course, this is, you know, like a little sort of skinny slither that otherwise I may struggle to actually use. Now, when we started doing these reruns, I did kind of say, you know, these are going to be quite good because I may have discovered better or different ways of doing things. So for instance, this, obviously we're making the paperclip pocket, and what I have done previously is I would have glued this like down on the two sides, and my paperclip, just to demonstrate, would be, whoops, in, for instance, this side. Okay, so what you've got now is your little kind of pocket piece, and for this one I can just use this little offcut to secure my paperclip in. So just going to, obviously I don't need that whole piece because it's quite big. I'm just going to get my paperclip. Now I've got these medium-sized paperclips, what I would call medium-sized paperclips. Of course you don't have to have these. The one that I showed you just now was just a tiny, you know, tiny paperclip. So, you know, just go with what you've got. You don't need to buy special things. Okay. And then what I can do is obviously use my scrap that I've got here to secure that paperclip in. Now I'm going to use my hot glue because, you know, the hot glue then is nice and quick. Let me just put another glue stick in. Okay. Okay, right. The hot glue is nice and quick, so I then don't have to wait for it to dry. So I'm just going to take my piece of paper here, plenty of glue, a bit of glue on that paper clip, and then want to go, you know, pretty high onto that piece of paper, if you see what I mean. And that's just securing my paper clip in place. So get out the bits of the excess glue that I've got there. Okay, so of course you are free to use wet glue. I am using hot glue because it's nice and quick for doing the video, which is, you know, of course very helpful. And then all you're going to do, and this is where you could use the sewing machine, of course, I'm going to just literally glue my two sides together. And for this I can just use my wet glue. Okay. Oops. So like that. Okay. Now this is where, of course, you know, the hot glue kind of has the advantage because, you know, it's just so quick and easy and it's just dry then. I don't have to sit here holding it or anything else. But for this one, I'm going to just pop this under my leg so that it's going to be squashed down. Sorry about my carrier bag to the side of me, which is my rubbish bag. So it glues dry. Right. So the next one, I've got this polka dot paper. So I'm going to fold this in. Now what you could do, if you don't really like that kind of very basic method of the, you know, just gluing around, what you could do is cut it slightly longer, like this, and then fold your, you know, your short edge over, like that, and then you could glue it down here. I've not made a brilliant job of doing that, it's got to be said. Not obviously need to trim that down, but that's another way of doing it, where then instead of having just that glued edge, you're going to have a sort of slightly better pocket, if you see what I mean. So I might do that for this one. Now I'm still going to just glue straight along the bottom because I don't mind the bottom just being glued straight across. It's fine. I mean, I don't mind any of it being glued straight across, to be fair. But, you know, I really don't mind the bottom being like it. So again, just going to get my paper clip. Whoops. Now this one obviously is going to be a longer pocket. So I'm just going to pop the paper clip in here. And then I'm just going to get my book page. Okey-dokey. Like that. And then I can just glue that down over there. So again, I'm going to use my hot glue because, you know, it's nice and quick. Okay, oops. Moved my paper clip now, so that's, oh my gosh. So sorry, this is now a how not to video. Okay, like that. And you can just squish that down. And then what we're going to do, and I will hot glue this one just so it's really quick and easy rather than having to sit on it. But basically what we can do is just glue it down the side and then just straight across at the bottom. So I'm going to just do some glue here, some glue here, and then straight across at the bottom like that. Okay, whole thing pressed together, and then I will demonstrate kind of what the difference is between the two, just in case my explanation did not make any sense, which it possibly didn't. So this is the one that we had the foldy edge, and I'll just show you. So inside what you've got is a full width pocket, if that makes sense. You haven't got a full depth because we just glued the bottom, you know, straight across, but that's absolutely fine, especially for this one because it's a tall pocket. This one, what we did, obviously I can't pull it too far because it is still drying, but can you see you haven't got a full width pocket because of course our glue is running down the edge. So it's completely up to you how you do them. It may depend on the size scraps that you've got. You know, if you haven't really got enough to kind of, you know, take a bit extra here and fold it over, then you might have to do these. But it's completely up to you. But, you know, that's what I think is the beauty about doing these reruns, is because, you know, over time, we kind of evolve and develop other ways of doing things and, you know, possibly better ways. I'm not saying necessarily, but, you know, sometimes they might be better ways of doing things. So again, I'm going to take this paper here and we will just squish it down. And then again, I quite like that method of doing the, you know, the folded over edge. So I'm just going to cut it down here like that. And then I'm going to just, again, fold this over. Now, the reason I fold it back here is just that for me, this is quite a good way to find out where I roughly need that fold to be. So we can just fold that over there and then glue our front down like that. Okay, I mean, actually, both times I have matched it up and actually done it kind of like a millimetre too short, and I've had to trim the edge, but it just, you know, feels to me slightly easier than having to score it or anything like that. So that can be down there on the edge, and then here, just cut across, because of course it's a little bit tatty at the top. Okay. Okie dokie. I mean, of course, you could finish the bottom off, you know, properly as well. I just think for, you know, for speed, these are fine to just have the bottom glued in. And to be honest, you know, you've got plenty of pocket there. You don't really need to do that gluing in at the bottom, you know, cutting it down. So again, I'm just going to glue my paper clip in, in place, using the book page. Like that. Okay, glue that down. And then your side, you're just going to glue down like that. So again, we can just run some glue straight down here. And then I like to put it on like the inside edge, if that makes sense, and the outside edge. So the inside edge of the fold, the outside edge of this fold. And then hopefully you've kind of caught that completely. So just then glue that down like that, okay? And I'm just going to, again, just trim that down because I did not make a very good job of cutting it. That's fine. And there you have your little pocket. So, you know, they're really nice, aren't they, to be honest? And, you know, once they're decorated up, they're just absolutely lovely. So I might do a bit more of an assembly line style now, and, you know, stop kind of talking you through it because, of course, you know, they're not very complicated or anything like that. And, yeah, we can just relax into it and have a nice catch up. And, you know, kind of hear what everyone's been doing, or, you know, have a yeah, catch up. So move this to one side and we will just get cracking making some of these. So I might use this lovely green. Just absolutely love this. Okay, let's cut this down here. Okay. So I hope everyone's having a good week. I hope your week has started already. Of course it started already. Started okay. Obviously, you know, I film these ahead. I'm just filming this on the Monday. So my week's only literally just started. But you're slightly further into yours, obviously, on the Tuesday. But I hope that everybody's week has started well. So I'm feeling slightly flustered because, yeah, obviously we just got back from holiday yesterday. We had a lovely time. Thank you very much. So thank you to all those people who've, you know, wished us a nice holiday and things. So, yep, we had a nice time. I have to say the weather wasn't the best. But to be honest, you don't really expect fantastic weather when you go to Wales. It was okay. It was quite dry. So, you know, at least it was kind of dry. Most of the time. I mean, we did have, just trying to think, I think it was one day, well, like 1.5 days of pretty miserable rainy weather. But I mean, on the whole, it wasn't too bad. But it was very chilly, you know, unexpectedly so. I mean, thankfully, I did take lots of layers. So, you know, we weren't cold or anything. But yeah, felt very autumnal. Which is early, isn't it? I mean, it's only August. So, yeah, that was a bit of a shocker. Right, just deciding which way round to have this. I think I want it this way round. Okay. So, again, just put my paper clip in. So yeah, we got back yesterday. So I'm still slightly flustered because, of course, you know what it's like when you've been on holiday. There's still quite a lot of, you know, leftover things to do. And, you know, what have you. I've run so behind with everything. So I can only apologise again. I'm really, really, really behind with my emails. I did kind of say I wasn't quite sure about the internet, you know, when we were there. So, yeah, that kind of has hindered things further. So I really do apologise. If you've emailed me at my shop, I'm going to do my best to get to you, you know, as soon as I possibly can. But obviously I now have a backlog, which is, yeah, very annoying. So, yeah, I do apologise, and it is absolutely on my radar that, you know, I've got tons of emails to respond to, and I will do my best to get to you, you know, as quick as I possibly can, you know, in amongst kind of the washing and, you know, what have you. Although I have put some washing on already, but I'm just looking out the window. It sadly looks really like it's about to chuck it down with rain again. So yeah, I've obviously got a load out already that I put on already yesterday. But yeah, it's already looking a bit like rain. So there's another load already in the machine that I just put on spin to kind of drain it. But yeah, what's going on with the weather? And it was so typical because yesterday we drove home, obviously, from the holiday, and I mean, just typical. It was the nicest looking day of the whole week. So yeah, I mean, that was slightly irritating because it was like, oh, are you kidding me? Now we have the nicest day, the day we're driving home. It was, I think the car said it was like 24 degrees. 24. I mean, oh my gosh, that's like really nice weather, isn't it? And when I say that, I'm meaning 24 really nice weather, because while we were on holiday, sometimes the temperature was like 15, which is not particularly warm at all, is it? So yeah, very annoying that the temperature was 24 yesterday. Although, having said that, at least we had okay weather for driving home, didn't we? Because no one really wants to be driving along in the rain, I guess. But yeah, a bit annoying. Right, a bit annoying. So yeah, okay, right. Going to have this one as like a side, you know, a side pocket, I think. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, obviously it's just dictated by the butterfly, so that's why I'm saying, you know, side pocket for this. Yeah, so yesterday was 24, and it was so annoying because when we got back to, you know, where we live, it was really beautiful sunshine, you know, on the sort of dual carriageway when we were driving back. And then it was really strange because honestly, we were about probably, you know, 3 minutes from our exit on the roundabout, or, you know, from the roundabout, perhaps I should say, where we would exit. And oh my gosh, it suddenly went really black and looked like rain. I said to the kids, oh my gosh, is this weather just us? Are we just like cursing it? Because it's been lovely sunshine the whole way home. And then literally like 2 seconds from us being home, the sky's clouded over and it now looks like it's about to chuck it down with rain, even here. So yeah, I'm beginning to think that it's me, to be honest. But anyway, it did kind of just pass and, you know, was then okay. But I mean, not that it mattered because, of course, you know, we were just then unpacking the car and taking the bikes off. And, well, I mean, I can't claim to have been doing that, I've got to be honest. But, yeah, just all of those kinds of things. So, but, yeah, I did kind of laugh. I thought, are you kidding me? I mean, just disappointing because it was, like I say, the nicest day of the whole holiday was the drive home. But, you know, that's just how it goes sometimes, isn't it, to be honest? So, yeah, it was just par for the course, to be honest. You know, and like I say, I mean, you don't really go to Wales expecting to have glorious weather or anything like that. So, you know, and it was a good kind of, you know, I know this sounds a bit sort of strange, but a good starter holiday, like for me and the kids to do on our own, because, you know, of course, this is our first time of going on holiday, you know, as a single parent family. And yeah, so it was kind of like a good starter. Right, I'm just having a look at this one and wondering whether I could get actually like 2 out of this one. So again, what I'm thinking is possibly have these like that. Yeah, possibly kind of do them like that, I think. Okay. So yeah, anyway, but we all had a nice time. I mean, we did manage to do some bike rides and things like that, which, you know, that's not too bad, is it? If you could, you know, manage to get some bike rides in and things, it's, you know, it was obviously okay weather, wasn't it? Right, just going to cut that down here. So, I mean, now I can obviously go in slightly more with this. I was obviously dictated slightly by the, you know, what's going to be on the other pocket. So, I'm just going to cut this border off. Okay. Oh, and I want to say thank you so much to the lovely Tammy. Look at my lovely, lovely, lovely new ring. I just absolutely love it. So I received some gorgeous happy mail from Tammy. She sent me some rings. This one being my absolute favourite out of the ones that she sent. So I literally couldn't wait to wear it. I literally have only just that second opened the package from her. So yeah, thank you so much, Tammy. I had been obviously, you know, waiting to get a chance to open it, and to be honest, you know, in the end it was kind of like just crazy because I still wasn't getting, you know, a chance to open it. So I just really apologise that it's taken me so long to open it. But yeah, thank you so much, because what a gorgeous ring, and it's so up my street. You know, I can't tell you. I love the big flower rings, and I love that this is kind of like, it's loose, if you know what I mean. These are like individual, I mean, I guess they're beads, but oh, it's so yummy, isn't it? I just absolutely love it. I realise that these rings are probably not everybody's type of thing, but for me, I really love them. And I mean, I know I explained before about why, you know, why I didn't ever wear a wedding ring. I mean, obviously now, you know, we know now why I wouldn't be wearing one now. But I mean, I hadn't actually worn one for, you know, quite a long time anyway, because I'd explained in a previous video, my knuckles kind of like are quite, they're not constantly big, but they seem to kind of do this like expanding thing sometimes. So yeah, sometimes my knuckles kind of get too big, and then I can't get my rings on, or maybe I get them on, but then I can't get them off. And that's a horrible feeling. You know, I don't know why, but it kind of like creates a bit of a panic. So, yeah, I hadn't really kind of been wearing my wedding ring, you know, for years anyway. And of course, you know, now I'm not wearing it, you know, for other reasons. So I just love wearing my junky jewellery because, you know, I love rings, and, you know, it makes you feel kind of like dressed up, doesn't it, if you've got a nice ring on. So yeah, really, well, if you've got nice jewellery, full stop, I guess. But yeah, I especially love rings. So, oh, you know what I've just done? Just glued the wrong side of this. Well, I guess that doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess that doesn't matter. So I was so busy talking about the rings. But yeah, I just went off as just a tangent, and I've glued it the wrong end. But I mean, I guess that demonstrates it's fine to have your paperclip on the other side, so you've got your pocket this way instead. That would work just as well. In fact, you know, you might prefer that, to be honest, rather than have your paperclip in the way of the pocket. I'm not sure which I think is better, or whether I even think one is better than the other. I think probably they're both, you know, they're both fine. Made a bit of a mess here on the back of this one, but never mind. So yeah, nice pockets, aren't they? So let me just grab this one in. Okay, thinking perhaps I need to take this bottom slightly more as well. Okay. So yeah, my son has obviously gone to work. You know, my oldest son's obviously gone to work now today. So I'm sure that probably came as a shock to him because he'd been off for 2 weeks. So he was just using his annual leave. So he'd been off for 2 weeks. So, oh, it's horrible, isn't it, when you have to go back after being on holiday, you know, on annual leave. I remember it well from obviously when I did work. That horrible feeling, the sinking feeling of, oh gosh, now I'm back to work. I don't think he minded too much, to be fair, but yeah, I can remember not liking it too much. Right, let's just... Okay. Yeah, so he's gone to work. My younger son, he was supposed to be working today. You know, he works in like that little cafe. So he was supposed to be working. But he's managed to swap his shift with somebody. So, I mean, that's quite nice for him because, of course, like, he can have a lay-in now today and, yeah, kind of make the most of the rest of his holiday. I think he's swapped his shift for tomorrow. So, he's just working 3 days. I think he's doing, well, I guess now he's doing Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Saturday. Okay, so again, what I've done, I've glued that paperclip on this side, which is going to be, you know, the side that tucks onto the page, if you see what I mean. Because I have decided that, to be honest, it doesn't really matter doing it that way. It's absolutely fine. And just to kind of demonstrate, I suppose, really, that you can do them either way. So, again, let's just take some glue there. Oops, take it here. And then just along this bottom bit. Like that. Okay. Okay. There we go. There we go, like that. So yeah, I don't know which way I prefer them, to be honest, whether I like them better with the pocket end on the paperclip edge or whether I prefer them like this. I think either is, you know, absolutely fine. And to be honest, you know, you can obviously do them either way. So yeah, go for it. And yeah, just mix it up. Right, shall we do one with this? Actually, I'm just wondering whether I should use this, which is the last of that green, because then I've used it, you know, this whole sheet up, which always feels nice, doesn't it? If you can actually then get rid of an entire sheet of paper rather than, you know, move on to yet another sheet of paper. So, hello, sweetie pie. My daughter's just got up. I'm filming this like super early. Well, it's not super early. I mean, I started filming at 8 o'clock. Hence, again, a bit more scatty because, of course, I haven't had breakfast. And as we know, I always struggle if I've not eaten. I just can't function properly. So, yeah, I'm struggling to function. My daughter... absolutely ages ago, I think I probably even talked about it at the time, she got me to order this thing that she was calling a bunny hat. So it's basically a moving bunny hat. So basically it's, as it sounds, a moving bunny hat. So she'd seen it on YouTube and she... Oh, and eBay. She'd seen it on YouTube and eBay. I mean, who knew that she even went on eBay? And I think I might have talked about this at the time. I'm going to do this one with the paperclip glued in as well. I think I talked about it at the time, but she was working very hard to keep her room tidy in order to earn the hat. Well, she earned the hat and we ordered it. Well, of course, it was coming from China. And I mean, actually, to be honest, you know, I do order things from China and actually I don't think they take too long normally. You know, they're reasonably quickly. I mean, some and some, it's got to be said. But for some reason, this bunny hat was like the longest wait ever. I have no idea why. I don't know, you know, yeah, no idea why. So I can't possibly explain why. But I mean, oh, we must have ordered it, what, about 10 weeks ago? Long time ago, wasn't it? So she'd been waiting and waiting and waiting for this hat. And she kept saying to me, oh, when's my bunny hat coming? When's my bunny hat coming? And, you know, I kept saying, I've no idea, you know, and we'd looked it up on eBay because I thought, well, perhaps it's got lost in the post, you know, perhaps she's never going to get it. But when you looked, it said it was, you know, it was kind of dispatched and all that stuff. And it had then the delivery date. Actually, funnily enough, it had it as today. You know, I have no idea why it took so long. But anyway, so obviously I had to keep on saying to her, you know, it's a few more weeks yet, or a few more days. And, you know, so she kept on asking about it on holiday. Oh, do you think my bunny hat will arrive soon? You know, well, lo and behold, when we got back yesterday, it had arrived. So, hurrah, she's finally got it. She really was patient, I have to say. Well, you didn't quite sleep in it, but yeah. Maybe you slept in it again now when you woke up and went back to sleep. So that's that one. Right. So what I'm going to do is pull one in and decorate it. Shall I show you her bunny hat? Because it's super cute. So if you take it off, I'm just going to quickly show you what it looks like. So this is the hat. Super cute. And then it's got these long kind of bits, you know, like those, you know, I don't know what you call them, but those bunny hats with the side bits. So what you do is it's got this squashy bit that's like an air blower. And look at what happens. So I'm going to squeeze this and look what happens to the ears. Whee! How cute is that? And obviously she's squeezing the other one, so the ears go up. So you can see why she liked it. It's kind of cute, isn't it? Yeah, but she had waited very patiently. Right, okay. So, yeah, back to the project that we were doing. So, I mean, obviously, again, I've glued this onto the, you know, this closed end. And I was just thinking, I mean, this I was obviously planning on doing as a, you know, side loading pocket. But to be honest, you could do it as a, you know, bottom loading pockets and attach it at the bottom of a page like that. And then you could paperclip something on at the bottom. Would be kind of cute, wouldn't it? So, yeah, let's do that, shall we? Right, I have got some of my vintage cigarette cards. You know, original ones these are. And, yeah, I'm thinking... I mean, to be honest, they're so nice that... And this green paper is, you know, so beautiful. Actually, every single one looks pretty good on there, doesn't it? So it's a bit of a tough choice what one to use. Oh, I don't know. I do like the red on there, I've got to say. I quite like the yellow on there as well, actually. Look. Oh, do you know, I'm going to go for the red. Let's go for the red. So, yeah, let's just put those back in the elastic band. So yeah, it's going to be a slightly shorter mass make today. Slightly shorter mass make than normal, just, you know, because obviously I've now used a bunch of my videos, obviously, whilst I was on holiday. Oh, that's another thing. I do apologise for that very first day where I then forgot to load the video. It was just, yeah, it was kind of like super busy, and just then, you know, it just totally went out of my head, and I can only apologise. I should have, you know, in hindsight, I should have set the video to upload, you know, before we'd even gone on holiday. I should have kind of scheduled it, but you know what it's like. It just didn't really occur to me to do that. Well, it probably did occur to me, but then just, you know, slipped my mind, and yeah, didn't get around to doing it. And then, yeah, I just really do apologise. Really was very rubbish of me, so sorry. It just seemed to be all the time, you know, missing things, so I do apologise. Right, okay, let's pop that there. Now, yeah, I'm going to definitely ink this up but I'm also wondering about maybe doing a bit of gold around the edge. Now, I've got very into edging everything with gold at the moment. So obviously I took some craft things with me on holiday. So I've made a bunch of stuff which all needs kind of finishing off really. So hopefully if I get time we will do some finishing off videos soon. Yeah, I've got lots of things that need finishing off. Right, but I've got quite into using these little paint sticks. Now these are from Little Brian. I used these, or I bought these after seeing Joey DeFee use these in a video. I think I have done a video playing with them, like, you know, more fully, but that's not gone up yet. And I have no idea, I'm afraid, when it's going to be up. Okay, that's quite nice, isn't it? But yeah, I have been using this constantly whilst I was away, really loving using it. So everything is now being edged with gold. Everything I make is being edged with gold. So, you know, I apologise if you don't like gold. It's probably a bit boring, but I love gold. Just looks so pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, it's pretty, isn't it? So I'm just going to edge this a little bit. Now, unfortunately, just having a look, this is, yeah, it's actually a bit golder than the gold in the paper, if you see what I mean. I'm thinking perhaps I used bronze instead of gold when I used the inks and did the paper. Now I'm just having a look because I've got those little Brian sticks on my desk. There is, in fact, a sort of copper. So, well, I say copper, it's brown really, isn't it? I'm hoping this is going to kind of just tone the gold down a bit. Because otherwise that gold looks, you know, very gold in comparison to the gold on the green, if that makes sense. And then I'm just going to go back round this one. Okay. That looks so much better, doesn't it? It just was kind of, yeah, not really kind of matching properly because the, whoops, what I thought was gold in the background was actually very bronze, if you see what I mean. So by just kind of adding that brown, it's just toned it down slightly more. So, yeah, right, okay. Let's now go in with this. Now, just wondering whether we want to have any lace coming out from behind there. So I've just got some lace here. Okay, and then just cut that down. It's quite nice, isn't it? Or do we want it the other way? Kind of more, yeah, maybe more like that, I think. That looks quite pretty, doesn't it? So I'm just going to, again, hot glue this in. Oops. Now this lace has got the scalloped edge, but I tore off, you know, like that sort of, you know, the hem edge, if you see what I mean, that seamed edge. I tore that off just now. And I thought, actually, I prefer the torn edge to the, well, not necessarily prefer it, but for this, I think I prefer the torn edge to the scalloped edge. So, yeah, I'm just going to have that edge as the edge that's showing. Okay. Whoops. Ah. What on earth? Come on. Oh, I just need to move that slightly. It's not very straight. Right, okay. So that's that. Now, just having a look to see what else I could put with this. No. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, sorry, I'm just dropping everything here.
I got
got some bright bows here. Look. And again, I can't remember who it is, but somebody absolutely does not like the bows. So I do apologise if you're watching. You're probably cringing at this point now that I'm getting them out. But yeah, I just find them really fun to use. So I'm so sorry. So sorry that you don't like them. Okay, just going to ink this up. It's annoying because this one probably is a bit small. This one is a little bit too monstrous. Let me just see if I've got any like in-betweeny size. Is that one bigger? Yeah, that's better, isn't it? Otherwise I just thought, oh, it's a bit too tiny. Can't really even see it. Well, I mean, you can see it, but you know what I mean. I think maybe there. So I'll just pop that down. And these are just from my bows printable that are in my shop. I've just got the neutrals and the brights in there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all that needed, to be honest. It looks absolutely gorgeous just how it is. I don't think it needs anything else on there. I mean, we could add a word or something, but I mean, I don't think it needs one. Let me just check. So I've got some words. Oh, do you know, don't think this is going to look quite right. Oh, definitely not the black. Okay. Could have the word. What do you think? I mean, it doesn't really need it, does it, to be honest? I mean, does it really add anything? I guess it does. Like is always the case, you know, you move it and then go, oh, actually, it did add something. So, yeah, who knew? Who knew? Okay, so that is that. Now, do I have a journal on the go? I don't really, I'm afraid. Okay, I don't really have a journal on the go to be able to show you how this looks. So I'm just going to pull this page back in, just some book page, but just to demonstrate. So this would clip onto the bottom of a page, and obviously, you know, you'd have something clipped in just like that. So really, really cute, aren't they? Let's count up how many we've done. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Well, that's not too bad, because I've done a slightly shorter video today, I'm afraid, just, you know, as the mass making videos go anyway, because yeah, I want to try and film another couple of videos, and you know, so I've just had to kind of cut the time down slightly, if that's okay. So yeah, I hope that you have fun making these. Maybe you can remember them from like first time around. You know, they're really, really pretty, I think. And yeah, hope that you enjoy making some. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys soon. Thanks then. Bye.